Well, hello, Fantastics. So glad you were able to join me. I hope everything's going well for you. Wanted to come out to you my first month totally on the road. So I was going over my expenses and I thought I'd share them with you so you could see what this cost me. It doesn't mean it's going to cost everybody this. It could be less for you. It could be more for you. It just depends on how we all travel and what we travel in. So let's get started now. This is totally different than what I spent my 2-month trial run, January, February. I went a little overboard because it was my first 2 months out. And this isn't when I left my home, because I spent a week bouncing, actually 2 weeks bouncing around my kids to say, hey, I'll see you in a few months. So this is from April 1st, when I officially hit the road on my own, till April 30th. Includes all of my expenses. I did spend 4 days at a friend's house and 3 days at my daughter's house. So, that being said, let's get on to the budget. Now, how I support myself, I'm sure people are wondering. I am on my husband's Social Security. He passed away. So I get his Social Security. There's no pension, no savings, no life insurance. It is strictly on his Social Security and my savings that I built while I was working and was done in December. And I won't release how much Social Security is. You know, it's not much. It's Social Security. So it's not like I'm rich. Okay, so campgrounds, I spent $392, which was pricey. I'm not a planner. I'm going to have to get better at that. So what that means is there was 3 days. I was in a very upscale part of South Carolina, and the campgrounds were $54. There was no other place I left and was hitting the campgrounds on the weekend by the ocean. So I had to spend $54 for 3 nights. And then when I went up in the mountains, it was cold, but I really liked the campground, and I spent $32 a night for 6 nights. The rest of it was pretty, so that's something I'm going to have to start watching. I did do a little bit of boondocking, but mainly I did campgrounds. Okay, the next one. Showers. Nothing, because I was at campgrounds. So that kind of evened that out. Out to eat, $29. I'm not a big restaurant person. That was more than I intended on spending. So I'd like to take that down to about $20 a month. And I'm making notes. And it says your attitude determines your direction. Fast food. Whew. We'll come back to that. Laundry was $15. That's probably going to go up because I did do laundry at my friend's house and at my daughter's house. So that's going to go up. Amazon, $15. I was an Amazon Prime member just so I could order things through Amazon. But I don't watch movies. And I'm not going to be ordering much. Probably nothing on Amazon anymore. I have no room for anything. So that's going to go. Smokes, $73, which actually was $7 cheaper than $7 to $10 cheaper than I was at home. I smoke less out on the road. But if I'm in an area where they don't sell my cheap cigarettes, it may cost me more. Bank fees. Can't get away from it. I love, love, love my bank. $13, and that does include 1 ATM fee. Ice, $17. Don't have to buy that anymore. I have my solar and I have my refrigerator, so we're good. That's going to be an expense that goes bye-bye. Van gifts, $31. So it was screens. It was, not sure what, things I keep buying for the van. That needs to go down. For one, I should be pretty well complete. And I hope to only spend $10 a month, if that, going forward. Car insurance, $112. That did go down, but I can't remember. It's $112 a month. I think it went down to like $100, but I didn't look it up to see how much it went down, but that's a necessity. Propane, $4. And that'll probably be cheaper in the summer because I won't be cooking as much. It'll be chicken salad sandwiches, egg salad sandwiches. Healthy snacks, $14. I've never wrote healthy snacks in my life, but I've been starting to eat dried fruit, nuts, things like that. So hopefully that will continue. Okay, food, $106. That's pretty comparative to what I spent at home. So I didn't think that was bad at all for a month. Juices and water, $8. I need more water. I'm a water snob, so I tend to buy it. But that should stay just about right, about the same. Personal care, $0, because I had everything I needed when I started. So that will go up some months and down some months. Pop, $17. That wasn't too bad. That's not even $1 a day. So I'm figuring that's going to stay about what it is. Lotto tickets, $12. And it hasn't worked. Apparently I'm not going and getting the right numbers. So that, I'm going to say, is going to stay about the same. Cleaning, $5. Now when I put cleaning, that also room freshener, paper towels, and I also use paper towels for personal care. So, but I just put them under cleaning because I use them more for wiping dishes, wiping up a spill, things like that. Car wash, $1. Only because I kept rearranging the van, kept forgetting to vacuum, and I was sweeping it out every day. Actually, I went back the next day and swept it again, so that was actually $3 I spent. And then gifts, way too much. This is gifts that I picked up for my family, my friends. My daughter moved and I bought food and got paper plates, things like that. I spent $75. That was way out of budget. That will go down to $10 a month. And that's going to have to include all my Christmas gifts. Phone, $50 a month. I'm very pleased with that. That is through Boost. And I don't know about the West Coast, the East Coast. I have never had a problem with cell service. You know, a couple times way up in the mountains, but you're always going to have that. I have been very, very impressed with Boost. I highly recommend them for a phone. Like I said, I can't tell you on the West. I get unlimited data, talk and text. The data is 35 gigs. It's enough for me. So, check them out. And I think I'm going to become an affiliate for them. When I figure out how to put a link, I might do that. Just life insurance, $31. And national parks, state parks, I spent nothing. National parks, I probably won't, because I have been to 95% of the national parks. So I want to go where everybody else isn't going. I've already seen Yellowstone. I've seen the Redwoods. I've seen the Grand Canyon. All of that. And that was years before everybody wanted to hit the park. So it was back in the 80s and the 90s. Sightseeing, $25. That covered Magnolia Plantation. And I think there was something else I seen. I won't spend a lot on sightseeing. I've never been one to spend my money to go look at something. But if there's something I really want to see, I'm budgeted for $25 to $40 a month. Okay. moving on to the big expenses. Okay, I said fast food we'd cover $83. I was so disappointed in myself. It was junk food, plain and simple. That's got to go down. For one, I don't have it in my budget. So that needs to go down to, I think I got $33 there a month. And that's still $2 a day. So if I can get it down to $20 plus healthy snacks, that would be reasonable. Other expenses, gas. That was a biggie. $267. But I was already out of Iowa on April 1st. So when you look at, it was $267. It's more than I wanted to spend, but I did cover a lot of miles, and I didn't write down how many miles I went. I do have that computed in my dash. So at 6 months, I'll review how many miles I went. Well, with the price of gas, average price of gas was $2.70. And I didn't keep track of how many gallons I bought or anything like that. My average gas mileage, I was getting about 22 to 23, and then in the mountains, averaging 20. So, $267, 30 days, I'm spending like not that much a day. And that's about what I was spending back home to go to work. And this way, I get to travel around and see all sorts of great stuff. So gas will probably go up. I like to move sometimes. And the price of gas, I can't predict what that's going to do. I was thinking about heading towards Oregon. I don't think it will, because the price of gas is really outrageous out that way. So I'm probably going to stick with the Midwest and the East Coast. Maybe south, maybe north. I don't know. I'm not a planner. Okay. Now, what really killed my budget and made me dip into savings big time was van maintenance. Now, I do put $50 a month out of my Social Security check into savings for van maintenance. It's going to take me forever to recoup. So, had some trouble with the van. I mean, it wasn't a breakdown or anything, but there was stuff that needed to be fixed. So that was $1,327. So they had to put in a new thermostat, which is needed. I had them check. I could smell something leaking. I knew it wasn't a head gasket thing, so they found out the power steering pressure hose was going. Go put the new one on, the transmission gasket seal. So they went ahead and did that, and then a complete transmission change. I had them switch to synthetic oil, so there was an expense. And my brake pads on the front were getting thin along with the rotors. And since I've been in the mountains, they need to go ahead and do that. So that was the cost. I have put more in this van than I planned on it. I spent about $4,600, $1,000 to get it ready. That the shop said it needs this radiator, which we won't go into that. Back brakes, oil pan gasket. Cool. Then I spent $300-400 on all 4 new tires. And then I spent another $300 on a water hose that is attached to the radiator. We won't discuss that. That was a long, drawn-out thing between 2 shops. And then this time. So it was more than I wanted to, but everything hopefully is perfect. I can't cross my fingers. There we go. And I won't need to cover that for a long time. So I really need to drop my expenses so I can make up that money and get it back in my savings. Also, it's just like home. You have a budget, you need to follow it. And I keep looking up there because there's a pretty bird sitting up in the tree, and then I switch the camera over, he'll fly away. So, those are my expenses. The total of this was $1,486 above my budget. Then you add the van, it went to $2,813. Ouch. So that $1,486 that I spent, if I can get the fast food down, the junk food, it should take it to $1,294. I still need to take it down from there because at that rate I'll deplete my savings and I won't be able to stay out on the road. So if I cut my expenses now and learn to live way below my budget, I can stay out on the road. I'd like to stay out a year to 2 years, maybe longer, but I know I don't want this to be a 6-month thing and end. I have no home to go to. I want to stay out on the road because I enjoy the freedom of it. I enjoy getting to see the beautiful places here in the United States, the people I get to meet. So, wish me luck on, I'm just going to have to go. Yeah, those fudge rounds, I really don't need them. That liter of Pepsi, I really don't need it. And maybe learn to stay in one place a little longer and just kick back and relax a little bit more, which I'm getting better at. And then the big thing is I've got to learn to plan so I'm not backtracked and I'm not spending $54 a night on a campground because that's just ridiculous. So I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, afternoon, weekend, whenever you're watching this. I hope that you'll hit that like button. I hope you'll smash that subscribe button. Share the video. Hit the little ding ding bell and get notified when I upload. I do have another beautiful falls that I went to. I'm going to upload in a few days. So take care. Stay happy. Stay free. Stay fantastic.